Hello, this is Deborah here. So it is about 11 a.m. on April 10th, so Good Friday, and I'm just out for a little 6K hike by myself. So this will officially be my first little hiking trip on my own. I normally hike in a group. I don't like to hike by myself. Not only for safety, but for me, there's a big element of being social. It's part of, spending time with my friends and getting to know people. And yeah, so hiking's more of a social thing for me than a lone thing. So this is a new experience for me. Based on where I parked, there is maybe one other person out on the trail this morning. So I am pretty alone. I do have Renley with me, as always. So, he will alert me to anything, moose or bear or cougars, whatever. So I'm safe that way. It should only take me a couple hours to do this. So I'm not going to be out here all day by myself. So, and it's a trail I'm pretty comfortable with. I've been out here several times since the whole COVID-19 thing. It's a trail that's pretty close to my home, so it's still okay to do. I figured it was, given that I know this trail, figured that this was a good one to try, by myself for the first time. So anyway, I'm just gonna carry on, and as I have any thoughts or anything that comes to mind, I'll come back on and I'll show you some things. It's a little bit cool this morning. My car said it was about -1, and it's a little windy and just a little bit of blowing snow, but it's snowflakes are pretty small, so it's not that big a deal, and it's not going to hinder my walk today, and I'm not going to get too cold. -1's a really nice temperature actually to hike in. And I'm wearing my crampons and they're not collecting the snow yet, so that's good. Let's see how it goes. So the part of the trail I'm on right now is maybe about a 2K loop, and then I can cross over into another 4K loop. But this is the one that's most populated. This is the one that people use the most. So if I'm gonna run into anybody, it'll probably be on this part of the trail. And once I cross over to the next part, I'll be a little more isolated. It's a little further back into the woods, and less people go there. I'm not really sure why. It could just be that it is a little more isolated. It could be that they don't know that the trail's there. So hey buddy, let's go. This has got to be my favorite part of this trail. And I don't really know why, other than that it's a little treed in. There's this hill on this side, so we're kind of in a bit of a valley. It's all treed in on this side. But it's just so pretty, and the trail just kind of winds around and does this little, like, little S's. And it's just a really, really pretty part of this trail. So yeah, this is my favorite spot. So I gotta say that I thought I'd be a little more nervous or uneasy being out here by myself, and so far I'm not. So maybe once I'm off the main trail, I'll feel a little more insecure and a little more isolated, and maybe it'll hit me then. But I really thought that I wouldn't like being out here by myself, but I'm actually kind of enjoying it. And it could be because I've been talking to the camera the whole time, so I feel like I'm not alone. And definitely having Renley out here helps, because I know I'm okay and safe with him. So anyway, it is snowing so much more than it was supposed to. It was supposed to have stopped snowing by now, but I look at the sky and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. So yeah, those spots where I'm kind of out in the open, I can hardly keep my eyes open, but I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to flip you around. But it's just this super kind of like light snow, and it's it's coming down pretty good now, but it's not like super big. It's just getting into my eyes. It's making it hard to see. So anyway, alright, I'm just approaching to where I cross over into the back loop. So I didn't see anybody on this first loop, so chances are I won't see a soul today. But so I'm out this opening, which I'm not gonna dawdle in because the snow is blowing. And let's see. I've only been out for a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. I'm soaked already, so I'm gonna be pretty wet by the time I'm done this. So, but that's okay. That's part of the adventure, and I don't mind. I think it's fun and crazy. So, I mean, I love it. I love this. But I gotta come back a pretty long distance down this part. So when I get done this loop, I'm gonna be out in the open for quite a while. So I'm hoping that the snow goes away before I hit that spot. Anyway, we shall see. I gotta show you the flakes now. I don't know if you can see them. Let me check here. They're a lot bigger and a lot heavier now than they were when I first started. Oh, this is so not turning out how it was supposed to today. Oh dear. A lot of people would be miserable right now being out in this, and I just think it's funny and I love it, and I'm embracing the suck and making the best out of it and looking at the positive and the bright side, and I just think it's really funny that I'm out here in this weather. So anyway, just noticed my brain's covered in snow. Oh, funny. What's she doing, Renley? Ren, what are you doing? Let's go. Let's go. Renley, get out of the way. So someone was out here and made a little, I'm guessing it was supposed to be snow, but it looks like a little snow Inukshuk to me. But yeah, I think it was probably a snowman at one point. But I'm gonna go with a Inukshuk. So, I don't know if you can really see it, but I just post holed. I didn't go in very far. It's just above my ankle, but that's what we're walking in. Is that it's, you know, solid ground until it's not. Yeah, I fell into that hole. I broke through. So this part of the trail is not as solid. People haven't been coming out here as much, so it's not as packed down, and so it breaks through. Renley loves it. Makes it a little harder to hike on. So I don't know if you can see these footprints. This is going up a hill. So these are the only footprints on this part of the trail for today. You know, I know this trail really well, so I don't need to see fresh footprints to know where to go. With the melting, it is getting harder to see where the trail was. And of course, navigating around the soft spots and the holes, it's a bit tricky, but for somebody that didn't know this trail, not having fresh footprints out here, I think would make for a little more difficulty in finding their way, because there's also lots of skidoo trails that are going everywhere. And just because there's a skidoo trail doesn't mean that's where we go as hikers. Yeah, it's a little, I think for somebody that didn't know the area, it'd be a little unnerving, but I'm okay. I'm doing okay. I know where I'm going. And I'm thankful for the footprints. I'm thankful for the person who came out here before me this morning. And I'm thankful the snow hasn't completely wiped them away, because probably in the next hour or so, they will be completely gone. I just fell through. Ah! Getting my feet wet. That's great. One run. All right. So we're back to the big clearing. So essentially that loop is done, and I'm just making my way back to the original loop. I have to walk down this as far as you can see, and a little beyond. On the bright side, it has stopped snowing. Oh, I'm so happy, because I really wasn't looking forward to being out in the open like this for such a good stretch with all that blowing snow. So God has given me this gift today, that the snow stopped before I got back to this point. So I'm pretty happy to be walking along this section without getting slowed on. It's nice. I just lost my crampon. It got stuck in the snow, and I took a step and it came right off my boot. So I don't know, I might just leave it off at this point. So I just took my crampons off. I felt like they weren't really doing much good at this point anyway. It's warmed up, so the snow is really sticky. So when it gets like that, there's really not much point in wearing them, because they just get clogged up with snow and then they don't grip. So I feel like I've actually got better grip without them at this point. So I'll just carry on without them. And he's in the trees there. He's been following these moose prints in and out of the trees for the last little bit. Using his nose and following the tracks. It's definitely keeping him occupied. Alright, now we're going back to the first loop. Again, didn't see a soul on the back loop, which I wasn't surprised. Hardly ever run into anybody back there. So we'll see if there's anybody on the original loop now that it's a bit later in the day. Oop. Well, so we'll see. There must be somebody or something up there because Renley's got his alert look on. He's barking his full head off. It's just a jacket, bud. Come on, buddy. Somebody has left their jacket here in their bag. He's barking his full head off. Come on, bud. It's okay. Come on. It's just a jacket. Okay? Aren't you funny? You were in real danger there, weren't you? He was barking his full head off at this couple that are running up and down a hill. Had put their jackets and their bag on a stump, and he was barking his full head off at it. He's weird about certain things like that. He doesn't like the garbage cans, the bear cans. He really doesn't like them. He does the same thing to them. It was just so funny. So the lady she was so nice. She came running down the hill and grabbed the jackets off the stump. And then when he saw her do that, he's like, oh, okay, that's fine. And he ran right up to her. We passed by and she just set her jackets back on the stump. It was so funny. So thank you for doing that if you're watching. Thank you so much for helping me get him past that point because he was not going anywhere. So I know sometimes he does that for weird things. It doesn't make sense, but that's also a good thing. It makes me feel very protected because I know if he did see, a moose or a bear, he would. That's what he does, is he stops dead in his tracks and he barks his full head off and doesn't want to go forward. So I always pay attention when he does that because it's not for naught, unless it is just jackets, but you don't know. It could have been an animal. So yeah, he's good that way, but it's still pretty funny. Now that the danger is gone, he's happy again. Just trotting along like nothing. There's always smiles on the trail. I love it. And we're almost done. That's my car way off in the distance. Well, I think this has been a successful first alone hike or solo hike. I know it's a trail that I knew, but at least I was comfortable and I actually really enjoyed myself. I didn't think that I would. I've been hiking this will be my 6th season, and I've always gone with at least one other person. I've never done this alone. I enjoy going with groups. I've actually organized hikes for my group a lot and lead hikes all the time. So, I mean, I'm pretty confident in my abilities out here, but I just had never wanted to go alone. And now that I know that I actually quite like it, I don't know, maybe I'll be doing this more often. So I think this is a success. I'm so glad I did this. So happy Easter, and I hope that you're enjoying your Easter weekend wherever you are and whatever you're doing. God bless and happy trails.